Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're due for an Isaac run. I hope this is a little bit more relaxing than the last Isaac run, but we've had 4 runs since then. I can't always be harping on that. ADS08BVQ. Oh yeah, you want to go out for some BVQ this weekend? It's vegan barbecue. I was actually, I hate mentioning this on the internet sometimes, because there are people who are just jerks about it. LOL, but, Butterbean, that's an easy reroll. I was vegetarian for a while, and it took me a while. Oh, so good. It took me a while to get used to it. Like, I went to a friend's barbecue, and then when I got there, I was like, oh shit, right, I'm a vegetarian now. What do I eat? So I just went to the grocery store, and I bought, like, literally a potato and a loaf of bread, and I had barbecued potato sandwiches. I also, you know, I'm not just a complete idiot, like, I eat a lot of delicious, you know, North African food and Indian food and stuff like that. A lot of fantastic dals and curries and lentil-based dishes and chickpeas, etc., over the course of that experiment. But its genesis was potato sandwiches. You know, if you ever want to make like a barbecued potato sandwich, I mean, I guess do it. It's not that hard. It's not hard at all. You just slice a potato and barbecue it. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It's well, it's very carby, isn't it? And then on top of that, it's just not that delicious. Maybe with some barbecue sauce. It's not as good as it sounds, maybe. It still, in my brain, sounds pretty good. Rotten meat for an HP upgrade. Let's go do some exploring before we pick up the Spirit Heart. Really happy with Infestation 2. I became a vegetarian kind of on a dare with Michael A.L. Fox for a little while. Then I went to teach English in South Korea, and when I was researching it, or like even doing interviews over the phone, I'd be like, well, I'm like a vegetarian. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, there's tons of fish. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm trying not to eat fish either. And they're like, well, okay, that's like actually going to be a bit of a problem. So I decided that my principles were worth nothing. But I hate the circle jerk on the internet of like, well, you're a vegetarian, haven't you ever eaten bacon? Yo, I tried a dietary change. That's nothing to shame people about, you know, unless you're insecure about your own dietary choices. It doesn't make any sense. Now I'm getting down with the bacon and the Cheetos and the high fructose corn syrup just like everybody else is. I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of a douche maneuver to be like, hey, you know, here's the principles of what I eat. And you go, principles. Deliciousness is my principle. There's nothing wrong with deliciousness being your principle. Just don't rub it in people's face like a little jerk dude. Don't be a jerk, dude. That's like the #1 piece of advice I can give you in your life. It'll make the rest of your life so much easier. People will be like, oh, somebody's being kind of a passive-aggressive jerk to me. What should I do? You like fucking realize they're a piece of shit and go on with your life. It's okay. Recognize that they're insecure about something. If they're beating you up, you should like call the police. But if they're just being kind of a dick, you'll just be like, man, this guy's kind of a dick. You know what makes me feel good? Knowing that I am not kind of a dick. As I get older, I draw a lot of satisfaction from that, and I'll admit that this sounds like very self-righteous, but, you know, to be like, oh, you know, this person did a dick thing and got rewarded for it, and then you're like, well, you know what? I'll take some satisfaction in not being a dick. Like, that's how I feel good for today. Man, I feel good that I'm not that guy, because he's acting like a dick. Try it out for yourself, you know? Your mileage may vary. I don't suppose to be some kind of self-help expert or anything like that, but there's a lot of satisfaction. People are like, you know, why should I be a good person? It feels good, man. It feels good to be a good person, at least to try to be a good person, you know, to actually have good intentions. It doesn't always work out, but there's some satisfaction in it, man. Some warm, fuzzy feelings. It turns out that, you know, people aren't lying about that stuff. Is my philosophy, at least. Let's move along. How the heck did I even get on this tangent? I'm so glad that there's a shop here because I've taken way more damage than I should. This Spirit Heart should allow us to have a really, really good chance to get through... Oh, was that a Tinted Rock? We'll check. Should allow us to have a really, really good chance to get this deal with the devil, even if we're fighting the Haunt or Fistula. In fact, Fistula might not be that bad based on the fact that we can get kind of like a positive feedback loop once we start spawning a bunch of spiders. But Tinted Rock? Tinted Rock, okay. We don't have any bombs. I would love to go back and buy a bomb, which we can do. And then we could just get the Spirit Hearts that were back in that other area, but I want to get this one, just in case it gave us something a little extra, which it did. I was kind of hoping for Small Rock, but this is okay, too. We got Pin. Pin is screwed. This is really bad. For Pin, not for me. The Spider might not get to it, but it doesn't really matter. Our base damage is poor, but the fact that we're spawning so many spiders means that our base damage is also largely irrelevant. If we can just get a little bit of damage up... Spawn spiders faster. Piercing shots as well. We haven't had those in at least a little while. But I'm kind of in the mood to ball out of control. Maybe you just give me like a brimstone or a mom's knife right off the bat. Oh my god. That is a very decent amount of spiders. So I will totally take the pentagram and oh, come on. Reroll the nail. Look, you might not love it, but Sister Maggie's okay. And anything that helps us generate spiders faster is good in my book. See if we got like a battery charge. No battery charge. Do we want the Bible? I mean, I actually think that the Bible might not be the worst thing for us here. Even over the fanny pack, or the piggy bank. Why? Because we can take the Bible and come back here, and basically, for 15 cents, we got 2 extra spirit hearts. That's not that bad. We can live with it at least. And then we can re-roll the Bible as well. But before we re-roll the Bible, I would like to, oh, no, we can't because we used the reroll on Sister Maggie. Okay, this is fine. But if we get a battery on the curse room, we can. But I am going to go to the curse room here. I still think that 7.5 cents for each of those spirit hearts is pretty good, even if we're about to give one away. Oh, and we got the goat head. Very much worth it. So, this is a good situation, if not a great situation. The pentagram is just a raw damage upgrade based on the fact that we already now have guaranteed deal with the devil every single floor. Hey, on the bright side, we've got a guaranteed deal with the devil on every floor. It's actually a good thing, even though I framed it kind of like it's a negative. The pentagram's still great, and of course that's going to make our spiders even better, but it's also going to make it faster for us to get said spiders, which is good. Tentatively, I'm thinking, you know, boss rush sounds nice if we can get to it, but we never know if we're going to end up paying like 3 different forms of shitty Krampus tax, so we'll find out as time goes on here. Take some pills. 48-hour energy. That's a really, really good pill with the D6. And I'm very happy we're getting consumables as well. Those were a little bit hard to come by. Explosive diarrhea. Honestly, I kind of don't dislike it. Did you see that? It was totally accidental, but that was a clutch bomb shot there to keep myself alive. And this should actually give me like 3 spiders when we finish it off, which will be a nice little continuation for the... Or maybe it might give me 0 spiders as well, because they automatically killed themselves trying to kill the silkworms, but that's okay. That's alright. Alrighty. Yo, stay away, please. Thank you, spider. The spider probably allowed me to get that done. Don't shoot. Don't ever shoot. That spider will join us momentarily here. And this is our ideal room right here. Look, this is super selfish, but we haven't had it in a long time. What I really want on this run... that would have been great to use on the next room, maybe. Well, not this room, but at some point in the indeterminate future. It would be really awesome to get... brimstone. Basically, walk into a room and generate like 15 spiders out of nowhere. It would be beautiful. We got Satanic Bible, followed by the number 1. Well, just number 1. Number 1 obviously does a real number on our range. However, it's still, in my opinion, a good item. Even in spite of the obvious shortcomings. There's a little bit too much pun overload for me there. It was an accident, but, well, at least a couple of them were. Luck upgrade, and this is going to be our... boss fight. We could go back for a battery, but we also have the D6, so it kind of doesn't matter. We can always go back for a battery. This is not the right place to stand. Also, you should not do what I'm doing. You don't stand there when you fight the Dark One. At least not when he's charging. Thank you for your help, Sister Maggie. You stand on top. You dodge into the shots, apparently. It's a next level strategy for high-octane Rebirth players. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, so we got to be a little careful. Is it worth taking Sacrificial Dagger here? I'm going to, you know, go against my own judgment and say no. And I'm going to go back for some battery charges. In the hopes that we pick up some items that are maybe a little bit more immediately useful. And I am going to, you know, blow up our donation machine here. I'm always sorry to do it, but I think the extra spirit hearts we're going to get are going to be important because we're probably going to be down to 0 HP. I was thinking about taking Sacrificial Dagger and then just re-rolling Razor Blade. But I also, if possible, I'd like to re-roll the speed upgrade. I like speed upgrades, but if we can re-roll it into HP, DPS, or range, any of those is better right now. Like, our speed is not a real problem. That is not a good place to stand. Our speed is not an issue. And there's another battery. So we got 2 charges, I think. The obvious play is the reroll on the devil room. We got 2 devil items in there. And we would love to get... I mean, there's a chance we could actually upgrade our HP by doing it, basically. 9 lives basically upgrades our HP. Ceremonial robes. Pact. Mark, to a lesser extent. Almost walked right into that. Yeah, I do think Lord of the Pit is worth it, and that definitely settles our ability to fly. Now, the question is, do you reroll the Demon Judgment? Or do you reroll... Not Demon Judgment, Demon Baby, or do you reroll the speed upgrade? And I think the answer... And it's not even really that close. I think the answer is you reroll the speed upgrade to hopefully get some HP. It's 5 cents as well, which might allow us to get a bomb. 1 bomb for 9 mushrooms is a pretty good trade. I could definitely live with that. And, you know, we might not be able to spawn an arcade on the next floor. That doesn't bother me at all. You're probably looking at, like, over-under 3 pills, maybe? Maybe a mushroom item? So if we get a bomb, I can't remember if there was one for sale. But if there is a bomb for sale, I would like to buy it here and use it. There is a bomb for sale. Really low on them so far on this run, but this could make up for it in a big way. Or it could give us like a bunch of health downgrades or something. Bad trip, health downgrade, and all of a sudden I'm eating shit. Hopefully not, though. Ah, there we go. All is forgiven. Tears down. That sucks. And now I'm like, well, maybe we should reroll Demon Judgment because we could take whatever the item is and then just take a speed upgrade. Fuck it, we should do it. We got the HP for it now. That would literally kill us. So I've made a huge mistake. But I thought it would just give us a red heart deal because we have a red heart. We take the speed upgrade, go down to the next floor. Poor decision in the end. But it's okay. Now we're going to find out just how much damage we're actually doing here. And that scares me a little bit. It's not quite to the level that I thought it was. I want him... That's exactly what I wanted him to do, is take his jump. This is very dangerous. Feels good to be alive, you know? This is a real... It's a test. Mega Maw's not going to be so bad. We just want to, like, get through this taking as little damage as possible. If we only get hit once, I'll consider that a pretty big victory. This guy's scaring the crap out of me. It's at the edges when we have to change direction that this becomes a real problem. Alright, we got 1 spider. Come on, come on. Spider bro. Spider bro. Spider bro. I could die, don't want to though. Give me just half a heart. That would be a decent start. Look out, we're all gonna die someday. Not Samedi, that's Saturday. Let's just, you know, I'm not gonna give you a specific day. That's way too clairvoyant. Ah, interesting. Probably should shoot the fire before we play that Demon Judgment. We probably should do a lot of things before we play that Demon Judgment. Alright. 48-hour energy. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, I made like a yeah sound, but like actually this is very good. And as bad as our mortality might look right now, or our vitality, I guess, this is going to help our hitbox too. As bad as our vitality looks, we're not far away from it being great, you know? We got Goat Head, so we're getting deals with the devil. All we need to do is get 9 lives, basically, or, you know, something along those lines, or ceremonial robes, or the pact, or the mark, and like those probably end up helping us out, depending on what we end up paying for them, whether it's spirit hearts or red hearts. 9 lives helps us out pretty much indiscriminately at this point. Is he strong? Listen, bub. He's got above average luck. Doesn't exactly know what that means. But it's better than either of the beans. Look, we're all food for worms. Okay, no. Fire Mind versus Mysterious Liquid is like, you know, in my eyes, it's almost the same item, but one of them doesn't have a 20% chance to murder you. So that made my decision somewhat simple. Well, I mean, it wasn't like a decision between those items. We got lucky with the reroll, but the reroll's pretty good here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I very much appreciate being able to buy this extra spirit heart. And then we get a red heart to replenish it as well. Is it my birthday? We got a nice little spider army going here. Really good floor for us to pick up like HP plus a Krampus fight, you know? We haven't fought Krampus yet, if I remember correctly. Get a nice little lump of coal, or reroll Krampus's head a couple of times for a free deal with the devil. Either way, it's we're at least going to survive this floor. We got a nice little spider army backing us up as well. And the Fallen, man, this is perfect. So if we don't leave the room, we can actually reroll the Fallen's item, which is a free deal with the devil, which is probably more of a reroll priority. But we have 48-hour energy and good timing here, so I'll take Gimpy, and then we'll check this out with 48-hour energy. I think that's a relatively conservative, but also, like, decent way to look at it. We ended up taking Gimpy, and then our deal with the devil kind of sucked. But, you know, there's more where that came from, basically. And we, you know, I can't complain too hard, I guess, because I got Spirit Hearts that will give me a chance to survive a little bit longer. There's something to be said for that. I'm a big fan of this life. I'm having a good time with it. That was our secret room. I really doubt we're gonna find like another room after this next one, but we might as well check it out. Yeah. Fuck it, let's do it, man. You ready? I thought maybe you had a chance. What do you think, Demon Judgment? You wanna? I could really use that speed plus range upgrade. Alright, well, fool me once, won't get fooled again. That's alright, I don't mind giving you that HP. I don't really want to give you the Spirit Hearts, though. I'm guilty of having been a little bit overly optimistic about some Demon Judgments in the past, and it can come back to bite you in the ass very, very easily. So, our second secret room, maybe here. Our second secret room, the best subreddit, of course. No bombs left, what am I thinking of? Let's just go down to the next floor. And we've already spoiled boss rush for ourselves a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? We don't need to do boss rush on every run. We need to stay alive on every run, if it's at all possible, at least. Half a Spirit Heart to go to our Curse Room when we have a 48-hour energy pill. I think it's fine. Half a Spirit Heart is not cost prohibitive for the reward we'd expect to get. It'd be nice to have like a bomb on the way in, though. That's not really what I meant, but hey, there we go. This is huge now. 9 lives. No way that is getting rerolled. And then Balls of Steel along with it. That ended up being a Curse Room that is actually going to define this run in all likelihood. That probably takes us, if not over the top, at least, you know, we got a ladder now. Previously, we were like, how are we going to get over the top? I don't know. I've got a lot of ambition and a bunch of spiders. You can't make a ladder out of spiders. Now we got a ladder made out of wood. Somehow, the analogy doesn't have to make sense, but it's more the meaning of it, that the intention, I should say, that comes across. Rosary is actually not good enough for us right now. We don't want to be saddled. Oh no, we've already had the Bible, but still, I don't think 3 Spirit Hearts, when we have so many reroll opportunities, is really worth the pedestal that it's on right now. Which is it sounded a little bit more dramatic coming out of my mouth. There's only one woman I've ever loved, your sister. That is a reference to Snoop Dogg talking about Game of Thrones. You can find it for yourself. Got Book of Revelations in there. We got the Hourglass. Book of Revelations, I mean, I'm happy to have it. Maybe that means we get an orbital here. Fine. Fine. Goodbye, Infestation 2. Hello, Tech Point 5. Yo, we got, like, a lot of HP. Rotten Baby. Ipecac. Isaac's fucking heart. Ipecac, Isaac's heart. Being carried by... What is it even being carried by? Yo, this scares the shit out of me. Luckily, it's a shame. We have Dark Bum as well. It's a shame because I love the way this run looks right now. But we could always reroll Isaac's heart out of this, but we'd lose Ipecac as well. Got some Celtic Cross going on, too. And we'd lose Rotten Baby. I mean, those are a little bit less important. I don't know, man. It's a bit of a tricky call here. We want to find out soon, you know, otherwise it could be too late. Well, this is actually nice. Okay, I think we'll re-roll because we have a battery in our shop. So, yeah, we can't deal with this. We'll re-roll because we have a battery in our shop. So if the re-roll ends up being garbage, we at least have an outs, as the case might be. Secret room? Didn't think so. He says while firing like 30 bombs to check and see if it's the secret room. Okay, let's see if we like this one a little bit more. This seems good. Oh, lordy, lordy, this seems strange. Let's see how our damage stacks up. We won't have Goat Head anymore, so I think this is a good idea. So we have Holy Mantle, some kind of technology action. Triple shot, my reflection, parasite, I think. It's not, it's tech 2, obviously, I guess. It's not the greatest damage of all time, but it's pretty cool, and I gotta admit, this is like some level of Doritosing I've never seen before. We're gonna really be looking to up our damage, and oh, we still have Holy Mantle, that's so good. Probably the best way to do that is to, well, we got Turdy Touch, obviously, as well. Probably the best way to do that is to, become Guppy, and we've already got a little bit of that built in here. We're gonna get an Orbital. We also need to stack up some damage if it's at all possible. And it's really this, like, I think it might be Parasite and Cricket's body now that I look at it. It's really that which is going to be doing the most damage here. We're not doing a lot of damage ourselves on this run, like the technology shot, but the detritus from this Cricket's head, or Cricket's body, Parasite action is awesome. And if we can get some cool tier effects, this could be a really, really incredible run. So we're down to the next floor, and I think I'm going to stick with this. And don't let anybody ever tell you Northern Lion's all about the streak. I love the streak like it's my own child. But we're still gonna play around with absurdity here because this is what makes me like Isaac so much. We definitely got rubber cement going on here. Don't use the spacebar item. We've created a zany run, which is not overpowered. That's almost like your ideal in this case. Good stuff. Okay. So we're gonna look to replace this as soon as is humanly possible. There's a couple of things I want on this floor. I would like a deal with the devil. You know, I'm getting out of the mindset that we're going to get one all the time because of the goat head, but that's okay. I don't need one all the time. I'm really hoping this is a 5. If it's a 1 or a 6, come on. It's been a while since we've had a 1 or a 6 room. That's what scares me. You can't give me the D100 and the 1 and the 6 on the same run. Alright, this is just a regular old boring room here. That's okay. Back to what I would actually like on this run. I would like mapping. Mapping is big because our damage isn't that good. So to be able to actually go where we want to go fast is important. Loki's horns is going to be real weird. But kind of cool as well. Don't take this as me being negative. And actually, this might be one of the few times where I'm actually, like, praising Loki's horns for actually being helpful. Because of our weird-ass, like, my reflection, piercing shots, what's the other thing that we've got going on for ourselves here? Rubber cement. Because of that, any shot that gets in the air is actually, like, pretty valuable for us. So, even having shots go in the opposite direction of where they're, quote-unquote, supposed to go, it's good. You know, more shots that eventually loop back around to us and explode and, you know, have a lot of, basically, child tears is really helpful. Apart from that, yeah, deal with the devil, of course, as mentioned. Mapping, deal with the devil. It doesn't look like we're gonna... Well, we might get mapping. We don't know. It's Curse of the Blind, but I'm being begrudgingly pessimistic about it, I guess. A candle item wouldn't be the worst thing, you know? We replaced D100. We gotta replace the D100. What do you want to replace it with? Maybe like a little bit more reliable source of direct damage instead of this really weird indirect damage like Maelstrom we've got going on here. That's enough money to make it happen. Excuse me. D100 is like the most ironic of items. I like it, I do like it, but you spend so long unlocking it and looking for it, and then every time it shows up now I'm like, oh man. It's like being on like a reality show, right? Like you're being on Fear Factor. You signed up for fucking Fear Factor, so when they bring out a plate full of goat testicles, you can't be like, oh, goat testicles. But you're still jazzed to like have a chance to win $50,000, but you know, it's going to be a challenge, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at in a roundabout fashion here. So, we'll buy both of these shop items. Portable slot. It's, well, it is what it is. It's not bad, necessarily, at least. In most situations, actually pretty good. Well, this is a big waste of bombs. Let's see what our other one is. Pandora's Box. Okay, this is actually pretty good. We can carry this for a little while. We could carry this to the cathedral, which I think is actually what I'll do. Just to give ourselves the chance. Like, we don't need many of the traditional spate of womb items. What do we need? I mean, like, damage and tears would be fine, but we don't really need it. We've got great HP, and that's probably the most common outcome. And we've got Holy Mantle, so like our defense is pretty good, even if our offense is not particularly strong. So that is not a guppy item. I'm thinking we can save it for the cathedral. We could take a shot at it that way. Yeah, let's do so. Unless we find a better spacebar item on the womb, in which case we'll roll with that, obviously. It's going to be a little interesting, that's for sure. But I think, you know, Holy Mantle basically makes this one very, very difficult to lose. Still can't... Well, maybe we can. What do you think? This would be a good location for a secret room. Alrighty. I don't think we need to worry about a secret room. Or a second secret room, really. I mean, that seems convenient, but what do we need it for? I know we could walk on the spikes, get those bombs. Yeah, I mean, the hitbox being larger is probably helpful to some extent. Some non-trivial extent, but Mom's Pearl for more Spirit Hearts is probably the consensus choice for what we should roll with here. And I don't disagree. As long as it works for us, at least. If it works for us, I'll agree. It's a little conditional, I suppose, but gets the job done. Definitely no boss rush, but we're not too far behind it, considering we've completely re-rolled the entirety of our run. I didn't think I was going to get hit there, but I did. That's my bad. And we got hit there as well. We have, we got some kind of aura. What do you think? You think it's, the cancer effect? This really, like, Red Mom really should be the easiest one for us to fight. Because we have the ball of bandages, and we can just walk right into it as soon as it falls, but haven't had an easy time thus far. The back half of this has been a little simpler than the front half. But that's always true, am I right, gentlemen? It doesn't really make any... Don't agree with that. It doesn't make any sense. No deal with the devil. This is what bums me out sometimes about deals with the devil, deals with the... Or, not deals with the devil, but rerolls and, you know, D100s, I guess is where I was going with that. Where's my deals with the devil? We didn't have one last floor. We didn't get one this floor. We blew up some judgments in the process as well. Like, we did our part, man. So our damage is real bad. But we're fairly difficult to hit. I say fairly because, well, this is not looking so good, is it? All of a sudden, I'm begging to have that D100 back. No, I think it's just a bit of a weird room where we can't focus that well. Can't keep technology going because we get too much in harm's way. This is what we're looking for right here. The opportunity to shoot some shots into the wall. This should be a deal with the devil. I really dislike how long these rooms are taking. That scares me. We'll probably go back for that bomb because it seems like bombs may actually end up being pretty critical here. Champions are taking quite a lot of sustained fire. I think on long-range rooms, we're in a very tricky spot. On short-range rooms, you know, it's a lot easier for our tiers to actually hit the enemy. A lot of it comes down to, you know, doing this damage with Tech 2, which is not easy. Like, our existing damage is pretty bad, and then Tech 2 just makes it even worse. We've been hit already, so let's cool it a little bit. Homing tiers would, of course, help out a lot. Anything that makes the efficiency of our shots better. Oh, we did a lot of damage really quickly there. It's like as soon as something gets focus fired from up close, it's in a real bad place. But leading up to that is... I don't even know what to say. I have no idea what to say about that, but we must have the cancer effect or I'd be much worse off. But that's such bullshit, man. Did you see the shot speed on those? That was ridiculous. Now, we do have 9 lives, so I'm not panicking. But I really don't want to be stuck with the amount of damage we're doing right now for 8 lives. We have Holy Mantle. That's not going to go away unless we re-roll our whole run. I don't really want to do that. Come on, Tears. You can get in there. Why is it always the Isaac run now? That's what I get for thinking that it was the easy one for so long. Also, I put myself in this exact position. However, that's what, you know... That's the Northern Lion advantage here. Alright, well, you know, with Guppy's Head, I think we do want to use Pandora's Box here. We don't have a reroll, so I'll take the speed. We can actually use that, and the box is quite poor, actually. But a health upgrade. Okay, it's not actually that bad. Stick with Mom's Pearl. And now we got Guppy's Head with us. We'll use Guppy's Head every single room, and I don't expect a ton of damage out of it. But whatever we get is a bonus over what we used to have. Plus, we're 2/3 of the way to becoming Guppy with what I assume is 133,000% chance of getting a deal with the devil on this floor. Like, we've mathematically, I think we've earned it about 10 times over. So, you know, you'll excuse me for being a little perturbed, but at the same time, I'm like, Jesus Christ, where's this deal? We fulfilled all the mathematical criteria to make it happen. Oh, we can't fly. Well, I mean, we could fly and get that key, but it's not really that worthwhile. You know, when Sugar Ray sang, I just wanna fly, they weren't saying, you know, I can get a mechanism to open the door that's schism. This doesn't really make any sense, but I guess I'm proud of myself for the rhyme nonetheless. Fucking Mark McGrath only rhymed baby with baby there. You're gonna make fun of me for my schism not being literally correct? I don't think so. I mean, Hanged Man does little for us, so try this out. Honestly, I think this is actually pretty good. Him being in this kind of like dirty pit over here with the walls around it seems to be advantageous for me. Yeah, that was very dumb. Seems to be advantageous for me. You know, the shots are gonna ricochet around on the walls here and really simplify my possible equation. That was a pretty good boss fight. We got a range upgrade, which actually might not be bad. Followed by Guppy's Tail. Oh, snap. And you know what? I don't think I'm not gonna play with fire. I'm happy with what we've got. We could have taken Book of Belial, and I think that this probably could have easily been the right choice. But for now, I'm like, you know, HP is a strong suit for us now. Let's not squander any of it, even though it was only 1 heart. So I think that this is going to be, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say we got carried by Guppy here, but the flies are going to help out a lot. That's not me saying that Guppy is not important, it's of extreme importance. However, well, you probably didn't need to take that. 48-hour energies, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's, you know, I deserve some credit too, is what I'm trying to get at, I think, here. I put our ass on the line. I put us in a position to need to get carried in the first place. Wait, that's supposed to come across as a compliment, not an insult somehow. But anyway, this is good. It's looking pretty likely that we'll be able to move on to the random run. With the streak still attached and, or intact. Random run always scares the crap out of me. Last time we had a pretty solid choice blue baby run, though. And if we could get that going again, saying choice and baby in the same sentence, there's just so many things wrong with this, but we're, if we can just get, like, not the Lost. And in a way, I mean, I hate to say it, but not Judas is also, like, a little bit of a comfort. I think Judas is one of the best characters in the game, but he also carries a very high risk of dying in the early stages. You know, one bad hit and you're in a bad place. One bad apple can spoil the whole bunch, girl. I'm gonna check out our curse room. For reasons unknown, apparently, now that I think about it. Oh, we have Holy Mantle, so it doesn't matter, of course. Demon Tail. I don't think that's on our to-do list right now. I'm not really too interested in playing either of these guys. I know you might say Demon Judgment, Demon Judgment. There's not anything wrong with playing Demon Judgment. I just don't particularly think there's that much right with playing Demon Judgment right now either. Alright, let's do this, Mom. Also a sentence that does not feel proper. I think I've already lost Holy Mantle, so... I mean, as much as I am positive about this run right now, I do also want to say that it's not set in stone that this is a win. Our damage still sucks. It's augmented by the fact that whenever our tears hit something, we're getting an awful lot of flies out of it. The flies also suck, but, you know, when there's so many of them, they don't suck so bad anymore. It's kind of like, hickory sticks. Potato chips. Probably not the premier snack for anybody, but if you can, you know, you want one, do you want one cookie or a whole bag of potato chips? I'll take the whole bag of potato chips, please. There's strength in numbers. Hand's getting a little sore here. I was clinging to the keyboard a little bit more closely than I do on a lot of runs. Clinging for life. Clinging for vengeance. Yeah, we might as well pick this up. I think we're more likely to get red hearts than spirit hearts, but at this point, every room that goes by without us having a colossal collapse is, you know, another 1% towards success. And that's not scientific, really. I'm just pulling a number out of my butthole. But, I agree with it. It's actually like a really interesting synergy. If you... I wouldn't choose it on the average run, but we'll take it anyway. I don't even know this, man. Like, what happens here? Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. Let's do it. It's not like we're really gonna hinder ourselves here. I was already basically unaware of what the hell I'm doing with these tiers. They just kind of go off. If this makes things look crazier, then by all means. Yeah, it really does. It's a little bit of a snowstorm going on here. Tower card. No, thank you. And the more tiers we can get in the air, the better. This, you know, chafe we're throwing up here is great. Chaff? I don't know. I say chafe sometimes, even though I guess it's wrong. Oh, this is very satisfying to be at this point already. Okay. This is actually going to end up probably being kind of a fast run, which is hilarious, but not a super fast run, but certainly not slow. This is actually, like, not insignificant damage. We want to keep firing at all times, because we need our shots to break, to spawn as many flies as possible. I actually think this is one of the very few times Ringworm is a great pickup. Like, not only great to look at, but also just great in general, because the shots are having, like, a little bit of larger range, and they're traveling a lot further with, like, each tick, which means they're more likely to hit the enemy, which means they're more likely to generate a fly, which really helps me a lot. I'm not in love with the items we got here. But we did pick up Stigmata for a little extra damage. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, and I forgot that we have, like, insane luck right now. So I should be able to pick up several chests here. Oh my god. This is hilarious now. The visual effects on this floor are just going to be insane. Oh, Chemical Peel. I love you. Well, this is why a lot of the time I don't shy away. Well, some of the time. Let's be realistic. This is why some of the time I don't shy away from the D100. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. This time, I'm glad that we went through with it. This run is not insanely overpowered, but it is awfully hilarious. And I actually think Mom's Eye, weirdly enough, helps us out as well. This is like the synergy that I've never seen before, where items that I normally shit on are actually, like, pretty okay. Virus is, well, it's something, but we don't need it at this point. At this point, what would be awesome is just, like, really huge tiers, like a Dead Onion pickup that doesn't really kill our range, which doesn't make any sense, but you get the idea. This is like our ideal room. These enemies are going to go down easily. Sad bombs would also be hilarious. Nothing wrong with little Chad. He brings a little cuteness here. I would like some more, if you don't mind. I'd like some more chests. Thank you. Yeah, much. Oh, you're going to make me do it? Fine, let's explore a little bit. Then we'll go fight Mega Satan. I don't think we're going to lose. And if you had told me that this was going to be a Mega Satan run, I would have been very surprised. But it appears that it actually is going to come true. Anemic? Yeah, sure. I'm not going to fight Blue Baby. Not going to fight you, an infant. That's still probably a dated reference. Little Chubby's okay. Chubby's alright. Chad is alright, but we could still use a little range. Surrender, Mega Satan. Maybe better luck next time. Look, I'm not proud of my singing. I'm not proud of my singing voice. Sometimes the rhyming schemes I'm okay with. All right, well, let's freaking do it here. I don't know. Take Flush with us. Might as well use the Hangman. I don't think we have any risk of death here, but we'll find out pretty quickly. Oh, man. Okay, this seems amazing. This is hilarious. How could you hate on this run? This is, I don't want to patent it after myself. This is Rebirth absurdity at its finest. This is why I'm so glad there's items like the D100 or the Dice Room just in general in the game. Sometimes it can completely screw you. Sometimes it can lead to hilarity like this. And this is actually a really powerful Mega Satan run, which is just silly. But I'm extremely pleased with it regardless. So we finally lost Holy Mantle. Man, this damage is actually incredible. This is without, like, a lot of flies hitting Mega Satan. He goes, like, through the transient phases here extremely quickly. Oh my god. Well, that one took a few more flies, but he's going down. We're going to keep firing down here, of course. Generating as many shots as we can. And then once these start to hit, it's just going to, yeah, fill the screen, man. And watch how fast his face turns into something that does not look like a face as much as it looks like a beaten up piece of hamburger meat. Oh my god, that's 39 wins. This is still, we're getting to the point where it's like an extra 50% on top of the 25 win streak. And we've been doing it in some interesting ways. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.